One thing that intrigues me about these new developments around the fringes of my parish is the way they face and the way they're boundaried. So for example, King's Cross Central, the Crick and the British Library, these great big huge developments, but it's gated effectively by railway lines on one side or by heavy roads on the other. It's like, I think of it as an embrace, and these developments are embracing London. And everything's got its back to those people. And you just wonder what that says psychologically.
Train at 49 is the 3057 London Overground service to Watford Junction.
Fairly soon after I moved into Camden, I went to a consultation with the councillors. And I said that, I've worked in churches in all sorts of places. I don't feel any real community sense in Camden. And 2 or 3 people jumped down my throat and said, how can you say that? It's a lovely community, Camden. And I started to talk to them. And actually what they were doing was building little micro-communities where they could feel a sense of belonging. And that might be the block where they live. Or it might be the school that the children attend, or it might be their church, or it might be the mosque, or it might be their own particular national or ethnic group, or a network of friends. So I think Camden Town really is a construct, really. But I think what you've got is sort of self-forming networks, micro-communities, which don't particularly engage with each other. I think in general terms people don't feel safe on most of the estates. There's a lot of anger about where people are now. The anger at the moment is you're working, maybe both partners are working, but they still don't have enough money to feed the children adequately, or to make ends meet, or to live the kind of lifestyles that they aspire to. And of course linked with that is anxiety about the future of housing, because of changes to housing benefit, and with the constant threat of social landlords charging higher rents. And it's not an area where you particularly see children playing outside. Big busy roads, limited number of open spaces. So I think people don't feel safe to let their children out to play, certainly not unsupervised. So, children will spend a lot of time stuck in small flats. You've got these success models, which is about fabulous wealth and beautiful clothes and staggering makeup and lots of houses and stunning wealth. And I think that culture gives people a sense of some lurking failure or disappointment. Why isn't my life like that? These great, big, huge developments, they've made an economic case for the nation. What about Camden? What are the benefits for this community?
My mom and my dad, they born in Algeria, and they come to France. And after I find myself here in England because I love it, better than France many, many, many times. Yes, Papa. Yeah, my name is Yasin Fella, and I live in Camden, yeah. I'm living here since 99 in Camden, and I never wanted to live somewhere else. It's good why I like it, yeah. I don't know if I can say this in your camera. I like what's changing because before it was a lot of people, drugs, you know, in the night, you know, crackhead and this stuff. Especially if you saw like, if you saw 10 years ago King's Cross, you will never go this way. From Camden to King's Cross, to cross between the station, you will never go, especially you women, and never, especially dark. It was a lot of prostitute, drugs, and old buildings and factories. They demolished all and they put the Eurostar station. Good thing. It was very good. The part which is no good, which I don't like, is when they try to push people, yeah? People like us, I don't think so, they benefit because they're trying to put everyone out Camden. They put everything expensive. Rent, food, taxes, council tax, all this coming, and the cut, they put, you know, cut in benefit, in taxes. Even if you're working, they cut many stuff like child benefit, our tax credit. Then you find yourself in the end, you have to move. You don't have choice. Because if you're renting like us, 330, only rent is after council tax and all stuff, you will find yourself you're working for nothing. One day or another, you will find yourself homeless. And they try hard to push people from London. For one, make it nice, you will be only rich people around. There will be no more people, no more poor.
Yes, one rule for one and one rule for another. The rich get rich and the poor get poorer. For as long as I've lived here, there's been stress and strain on the provision of the genuinely affordable housing. I've had mortgages in the past and I've had my home taken off me because I couldn't afford the mortgage payments. I could afford the mortgage payments on paper, but if something happened, you know, the chimney fell in on the roof or some big bill happened, it just became hopeless. So I've had 2 homes repossessed and it's not a pleasant experience at all. And I feel really lucky that I've got a albeit small flat here, and I'm settled. I think there's been a stigma attached to council housing in the past. One of the things that was making it worse was there were so few social homes available. They were only available to what they classed as the most vulnerable residents. So they could be people with mental health problems, they could be people with addiction problems, people who'd come out of prison. So they were classed as vulnerable and needing homes urgently. You know, it was unbalancing a true, more wide spectrum community. And then there's been the right to buy, that's reduced the stock. The only show in town at the moment is a sort of cursory percentage of social housing in private developments. And they are tending to push ordinary working class people out of London. It's a deliberate policy of socially cleansing the working class to release homes and areas for more wealthy people. It isn't a happy prospect. So you then have to come down and define what is the national interest. Who is the national interest? And of course this dratted railway. It's going to knock hundreds of social homes, demolish them. I don't know that I've ever come across anything in the past that has been so impervious to any sort of democratic input. It's a vanity project, a gravy train. It's going to make a lot of money for a few. Slow it down. Slow the whole thing down.
I ask our neighbor, they said no, they don't want to move from here. Like especially number 15, just down, there's old lady and old man, they live here maybe since 74. Then she said, I don't want to move. It's rubbish. What they're going to do, she said, is no good. They're going to demolish half Camden for 20-minute train. They make it like, we're going to ask you if you want, but in the end they will do it, no choice. You like it or don't like it. I don't know. It was too much money. Close the tap. Oh, you wash your hands. Oh, kidding, my daughter. Go play there. No. No way. When it comes to money, nobody talk. There's no democracy in any country. I don't believe in this, because if they want to do this, they will do it. You like it, you don't like it, you see. You protest or you don't protest, they will do it. For money, they will do it. Because they see the benefit of London, they don't see the benefit of people, yeah? Yeah. I would love the change. I would love to see how it's going to be changed around here. But I wish we will stay living here as well. They don't put us far from here.
We don't have a voice to say, okay, now, what are the benefits going to be? Livelihoods, safety, connectedness, education, schools, that kind of thing. It's a profound injustice.
I would like to see a major social housing push, very much, and put roots down and become part of communities. And I just see things going backwards at a frightening rate of knots. I think the gap between rich and poor now is growing exponentially. And